So here we have another specimen, another young person who doesn't want to do any of the work, really, but wants to reap all the rewards. So, for people who don't know, when you fill out an application, there's other specific questions they ask you. One, do you have any kind of mental health issues? And two, are you capable of performing the job duties that are required? If you say no to either of those questions, your manager may not be so lenient when it comes to certain things because they'll say, "Well, why didn't you tell us before?" It's only 20 seconds long. We're gonna listen to what this young person has to say, and then I will do what I do best and rip into them.
Also, I just want to say this. My boss said I got fired for attendance issues. Attendance issues means that I don't want to go to work and I have a problem attending work. What you fired me for are health issues, not attendance issues. So you can go fuck yourself!
Not attendance issues, but health issues. No, you dumb fucking bitch. It's attendance issues. If whatever it is you're going on is causing you to not show up to work, you are not attending work. Therefore, it's attendance issues. And guarantee you it's mental health. She's got fucking depression or anxiety. Guess what? You fucking loser. Of course, I'm a guy, so, guys are expected to just deal with it. There are times I have really hardcore depression, and I've had it since I was a teenager. I don't have any pills. Never taken pills. There are days, sometimes weeks at a time, where I want to fucking kill myself. And most people think it's like, oh. No, I'm like, no. Like, I literally want to fucking kill myself. And yet, I still go to work. This whole generation, they're fucking weak. Like this, I guarantee you, this same fucking bitch is the kind of person who sits there like, oh my god, the pay gap. Well, try showing up to fucking work once in a while and you'll get paid just as much as the guys do. You don't have health uh, health issues. It's an attendance issue. Now, when you fill out an application, again, it says, do you have mental health issues, and are you capable of performing the tasks and duties required for the job? And sometimes it's, standing for 8 to 9 hours, lifting 75 pounds, dealing with crowds, stuff like that. And now, if you're a person who shows up to work, does their job and does it well, a manager, if you're off once in a while, like maybe once a week or once a month because of health issues, they don't really care. But if you're making a habit out of this, if it's like every other fucking day, like I've had several jobs, like I've got fibromyalgia, right? My managers, because I show up every fucking day that I'm supposed to be there, if there's one day where I just cannot move, they don't mind, sending me home early. Like I used to work at SeaWorld in Texas, 100 plus fucking degrees. And my manager was like a year or so older than me. Because I showed up every day. I did my job the way I was supposed to every day. If you had a day where I was already there for a couple of hours and the park was dead, I was the first one that came up to and said, hey, John, the park's dead. We're about to send people home. Just wanted to come over and ask you if you wanted to go home. Because they knew how my body was. They knew that I was in constant pain. Or there was it was December. Yeah, I think it was December. It was odd for Texas. It was like fucking 30 degrees out. It was raining, and I was at the games, and one of the other kids, he was like 16, he was there, and we were chatting, and he could clearly see that I was in fucking pain. I'd only been there for an hour or so. But he excused himself, came back and said, yeah, Mark said you can go home if you want to. Basically, he went to Mark, who was the manager, and like, yeah, he's clearly in pain. He's clearly in pain. Is it cool if he goes home? I can cover for him. because I went to work every day. I showed up every day. I did my duties every day, whether it be staying there at the arcade area or walking to the other side of the freaking park and doing the shit over there. I did my job. So me going home early, like one day, or them saying, hey, you don't have to worry about coming in tomorrow, they didn't care. They didn't mind because I showed up and did my job. But if it's a person like this, who I guarantee you is like every other fucking day, once a week, twice a week, they're like, oh, my health issues, and then. And again, the same kind of person, I guarantee you, who sits there and complains about the wage gap, maybe if you went to work, you'd be making the same as your male counterparts. Just an idea. Just an idea. Just see what sticks. But this is everything. This person represents everything wrong with her type, that type of person. They don't want to do the work. They want to reap all the rewards. They think that just because they have some kind of health issue, that it's always autism. I'm happily autistic, or quirkily autistic, or I have multiple personalities or anxiety. Again, applications ask you if you have mental health issues and if you're capable of performing the duties required for the job. So I'm guessing she either just actually no, if it was online, it makes you answer those questions. It'll have a little asterisk right next to the questions you didn't answer, and it would bring you back up and force you to answer. So she didn't miss them. So looks like she's just like, oh well, I'll just say no because I may not get the job if I. But then she starts not showing up. It's like that one time with the I did a video and it was like this chick who's mad because she got fired or something. When it's like she didn't show up for like months at a time. Like she'd show up maybe once a month, and then she was surprised when she got fired. And she's like, "Oh, I was dealing with court cases with my baby daddy," and it's like it doesn't matter. You still weren't showing up for months at a time. Did you really think you were going to keep your job? And this person here, she's not irreplaceable. I guarantee you, it's an entry-level job, a job that a stone teenager can freaking come in and do. And it's always a mentality of, oh, it's about me, me. She's not thinking about the store. It's like me working at Subway. All right, so rush hour starts at around 11:30. We're supposed to have help at 11:30, but because people would quit left and right, guess what? They're not able to find anyone to come in. So then I've got to deal with rush hour. From, so 11:30, no help. 12:30, no help. 1 o'clock, things start to slow down a bit, but my help doesn't get there until 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Because the person who was supposed to come in just decided to quit. So then they've got to rush around trying to find someone, only to say, oh, well, no one can come in right now, and he's going to have to be there by himself until the person scheduled goes in at like 2, 3 o'clock. So she's fucking over the company, or the at least that store. She's fucking over her employees, or her coworkers, by being fucking selfish by not coming in. Because it's a constant me. You have some mental health issues, get some fucking medication for it, like every other normal fucking goddamn person on this goddamn planet. If you have depression, take some fucking pills. You have anxiety, take some fucking pills. This whole idea of, oh, I need to stay home each and every... No, fuck you, you lazy fucking cunt. Get the help you need and get to fucking work. Again, I have no pills, and yet I still go to work. Even when I want to fucking hang myself, I still go to fucking work. But of course, again, as I said, I'm a guy. I'm supposed to just be a man and just work through it. Because no one gives a flying fuck about how the man feels. If he wants to kill himself or something, grow a pair. Grow a pair, you fucking pussy. We don't care about your fucking mental health issues. But when I start calling out someone like this, oh my God, John, oh my God, you're so fucking mean. She's got mental health issues, and you, hmm, funny how that works. You care about her mental health, but me wanting to kill myself constantly, nope, doesn't even register as something to be worried about. Funny how that works. But again, do your job, and if you have issues, they'll be more than happy to work with you. Show up expecting this type of treatment, you're going to get fired. It's simple as that. If you're not able to do the course, every time I record, the fucking bozo ass freaking redneck next door constantly with his freaking trucks. And it's, what time is it now? 8 o'clock at night. 8 o'clock at night, and just. But, and everyone says the same thing that I said. It's like, um, yeah, she seems like a healthy and stable employee. Can't imagine why she'd get canned. I'm going to take a guess and say mental health issues, and then mental illness issues, perhaps. Um, the mental one, the face crisis, ignorance crisis, stupidity crisis. Let me guess, mental health issues, mental health crisis. I assume she's taking wellness days for her neurotic feminine shit. Mental health issues. Like, this is how these people are. So the fact that there's so many comments like, yeah, mental health, because that's what every single one of them seems to have autism. Every one of them seems to have depression. Every one of them is some kind of, mental health that they use as a fucking shield to not take any accountability whatsoever. You got fired because you didn't show up to do your job. So yes, it is an attendance issue. Doesn't matter why you didn't show up. The fact is, you didn't show up, and it sounds like you weren't notifying your employer. You just not show up. Again, if you show up and do your job, they're a lot more lenient. There are plenty of jobs, like when I used to work at the factory. Despite the fact that I was literally the only fucking person down there bailing, if I couldn't show up and do my work because I was just unable to just get out of bed because I was sick or in pain or something, I called or, just texted or whatever. Most of the time it was like if I was just just throwing up out of my ass, I'd be on the freaking toilet texting my boss at like fucking 6 o'clock in the morning, like, hey, diarrhea right now, so I'm not coming into work today. As long as you show up and do your job, they don't care. If you want to take a day or so, like a day off once every month or whatever. But I guarantee you this person, it was probably multiple times a week, multiple times a month, and they probably showed up and didn't really do their job anyway. And for all the naysayers and who want to sit there and try to, with the job and like, oh, you need more accommodating, go and fill out an application, because I'm sure most of you haven't. Go out, fill out the application, and it gets to the part where it says, do you have any mental health issues? And are you capable of performing the duties of this job? And again, if it's online and you don't answer those questions, it brings you back up with little asterisks right next to it saying that you need to answer. So it's not a matter of, oh, well, I just breezed right through it, I didn't see it. So this person willingly put that they were perfectly fine. If you have a mental health issue, let them know, and it can get sorted out before you start that job. But if you say, no, I don't have any mental health issues, and yes, I'm able to perform the duties of this job, they're going to treat you as if you can do that job. So even if you're sitting there panting and whatever else, you said you can do the job. So that they're going to look at you and see, okay, well, this person's just being fucking lazy. Or what? If you have these issues, why did you bother filling out for this particular job when it's clearly too much on you? But honestly, I can't expect anything less from this kind of person. But you know, no, part of the course. Part of the course. She's young, and she wants to reap all the benefits without doing any of the doing any of the work. Got some health issue, probably mental health issues, because every single one of them on who do these TikToks, every single one has a mental health issue for some reason. Almost like it's a fad and not actually legit. But these people make the mundane and you know, superficial shit their personality, whether it be mental health issues, which I don't know why you glorify mental health issues, skin color, because they're so fucking boring. So her mental health issues are like her entire personality. Guarantee you, she tells every person she meets that she's got mental health issues. Oh my god, I have ADHD or I have depression. It's like, good for you. Good for you. But just seriously, show up and do the job. Show up and do the job. I assure you, it's not as bad as it seems. Okay, working two jobs, and despite that, it's not as bad as it seems. Jobs, when you're busy, they go by extremely fast. Like Subway, get to work, it goes by extremely fast. It really does. So just go in, do the job you were hired to do, make a paycheck. Make a paycheck. And then once you get that money, you can go to the doctor and get those mental health issues taken care of if you haven't already. So that way you don't have to miss work. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.